where everybody else can handle it. So, no.
Just a few personal details.
Yes.
I mean, you were born?
I was born in Windsor.
In Windsor.
That's right. Mm-hmm. And just a few words a little bit about how I came to Hungerford. Yes, my father was working for the Great Western Railway at Windsor Station, and when I was 2 years old, he was promoted to the clerk in charge of the goods department at Hungerford Station. And that is how my family, the three of us, came to come to Hungerford.
So I suppose it was quite a big station in those days.
Oh yes, it was very big. Mm. Yes, very big indeed.
So that was in...
That was in 1926. So that was, although I consider myself a Hungerfordian, I wasn't literally born here.
Well, you are more or less, I would say, definitely. How is... It's difficult to ask you, but I mean, we talk about the station for a while, because that's what we're really interested in at the moment, isn't it?
Mm. Yes.
How has the station changed over the years?
How has the station changed?
Well, and of course was it reduced a lot more because it was very...
Well, yes. In the old days, I put it sort of 1930s, yes, when I first sort of was involved with the station. And incidentally, we came to Hungerford in 1926, and my father was in charge of the goods department until 1935, when he became station master there. So it was, hence we were still in Hungerford at that time. And naturally I was involved with the station quite a lot, with my father being there. I was taken down. I can remember on Sundays when we had all the chocolate machines and cigarette machines on the station, of going down, helping him filling up these machines and taking out the money. I also remember there was one lorry here, a very old-fashioned lorry, which used farms cutting milk churns, and of course they were taken to the station, put on the train, sent up to London, churns of milk. And it was supposed to be quite a big treat for me to go out on this lorry. Normally it didn't have people going out on the lorry, and it was a very old-fashioned lorry with solid tyres and hardly any front. And I can remember going out on one occasion, the wind was blowing like the devil. It was very, very cold, very, very bumpy, but that was my treat to go round to these various farms. I can't remember how many we went to, 4 or 5, collecting up all these milk churns. They used to be put out on a stand at the end of the road, and we used to take them back to the station and load them away they were on a train.
Is it true they took tanks of trout up to London?
Yes, that is absolutely right. The trout farm was very much in existence in those days, very, very busy place, and as you rightly say, there were these tanks also that went by train. They took them to the station and they were sent away to various places by train.
You didn't live on the premises, so to speak,
oh,
the station master's house?
No, there's never been a station master's house at home. We lived at 17 Atherton Crescent, and that was where we lived all the time. My father was there.
So, what about the town? How has the town changed in your time?
How has the town changed?
So much
basically, of course, the shops really. In the old days, I put it once again, 1930s, 1940s, you could practically, or you had a very good selection of shops. For instance, butcher shops, I would say, I'm right in saying there were at least 4 or 5 separate butchers. As I expect you've been told, there were the 2 mills, there was Quenby the butcher. There was about 5 or we had a London Central Meat Company once, just the other side of the road. And of course, Tommy, Edward Pratt, he had where the opposite post, not opposite post, but higher up the furniture place. He had a very large double-fronted shop there, and I suppose he was one of the biggest butchers in the town. But as I say, there was at least 5 butchers here, so you had a choice. And there's shoe shops, of course. We could go to 2 or 3 shoe shops without having to go to Newbury or Malvern. There again, people didn't have the cars in those days, so they had to shop.
But then the railway was still used a lot, though, wasn't it?
Yes,
people went to Newbury.
Oh yes, they did go to Newbury very often on a market day on a Thursday. They would made their weekly trip into Newbury to do shopping. But we had a vast, very much bigger selection of shops here, greengrocers, and various other shops.
When did they knock down the station building?
The station building was about 1962, 63. That's right, yes. Do you want me just to go back to
Yes,
a bit
I
on
do.
the station?
Yes,
I
please.
didn't really say a lot about that.
No.
In
What you
the
had on
old,
the station?
sorry,
I was going to ask you what you had on the station.
what, on the premises?
Yes.
Well, on the down platform they had the usual sort of buildings there, starting off from the east end. There was the usual gents' toilet coming on to a parcel office, and the parcel office was very, very busy. Thousands of people sent parcels by train. Then you came along to the station master's office. He had a second little office next to the booking office, and this booking office was a very, very busy place. In fact, at one stage they had 2 windows in there, you know, to serve customers. Then there was a general waiting room, and on the west end of the down platform there was a ladies' room with the toilet facilities there. Then on the up platform there was also a large waiting room, and ladies' room with toilet facilities, and the gents' lavatory, as they called them in those days. So the station buildings were quite
Sensible.
oh yes, that's right.
Were they gradually came into disuse, or did it all happen sort of suddenly?
Sorry.
Did Mr. Beeching's
Yes,
have
it
anything
all
to do with the
sort
story?
of gradually participated, I suppose I'm right in saying. First of all, the goods side of it. Down in the goods yard, it was very extensive because we had wagons and wagons of coal traffic, for instance. You had about 3 or 4 coal merchants. And I expect you've got the names of those: Alexander Brothers, Louis Beard and Son, Bob Lewington. There's just 3 that I can remember offhand. And all their stuff came from by trains in all the coal. And there was also coke for the gasworks, because we had our own gasworks here. And it was quite a big place. Just carving and just getting